Do you believe in aliens? Now, many years ago, a lot of people say, no, I don't think so, mate. There's no such things as aliens or ghosts or spirits or demons and all that nonsense. But the world has changed because now more and more people are starting to believe that the world is not what we thought it was. In fact, there's some sort of force that's controlling the human race. And when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Well, if it's true or if it's not, it's kind of irrelevant because we're not going to know until we see strong evidence of that. However, in this video, we're going to find out, why do so many people believe that the world is controlled by aliens?
Analyzing the news.
Let's talk about something that a lot of people have wondered about. Now, why do some people believe that aliens or demons are secretly controlling the world? It might sound strange at first, but when we take a closer look, it starts to make more sense why more people feel this way. So let's break it down and really think about it like we're just having a chat. First off, a lot of people feel something just isn't right in the world. There's wars, poverty, greed, and people in power that often seem cold or fake. We're all aware of them little buggers, aren't we? Some people look at all this and say, this can't just be humans doing this to each other. So they start to wonder, what if there's something else behind it all? Oh, that's where the idea of aliens and demons come in. Some people believe that these beings are pulling the strings behind the scenes, kind of like puppets and a big puppet master controlling everything. And the people we see in charge aren't who they seem to be. Some people think they're just doing what these other beings want them to do. Okay, now let's start with aliens. There's been talk about aliens for many years. In movies, TV shows, and even news reports talk about UFOs. Sometimes people say that they've seen flying saucers or strange lights in the sky. Others even say they've been taken by aliens and shown strange things. Some of these stories would be wild, but for the people who believe them, it's very real. They believe aliens are smarter than us humans, maybe even older than us. And if that's true, they ask, what if there's already a presence here? In other words, what if they're here when we can't see them, touch them, taste them, smell them? Our senses can't pick them up, but they're hiding in plain sight. Some think these aliens live underground or in spaceships. Others think they're taking human form and they are blended in us. In other words, they're possessing the body of the super rich and the elite. And their goal in their mind, is to control people without anybody noticing. It's like in the Bible, it says the biggest trick that the devil ever done was make people believe that he wasn't real, that he didn't exist. There's also a big idea called the reptilian story. This is the belief that some world leaders are actually alien lizards in disguise. It may sound like science fiction, but many people truly believe it. They say that's why powerful people seem cold and kind of robotic, because they're not actually human. Now let's look at the demon side of things. In many religions, they are stories about demons, evil spirits, and trick or controlling people. Some people believe that these demons are real, and not only that, they believe that these demons are working with certain people to rule the world. They might say things like, that politician made a deal with a demon, or the devil's got a soul, to gain some sort of power over the human populace. Or the music stars are using dark magic to become famous. One reason people believe this is because the symbols, and sometimes in music videos, celebrities or leaders use these secret hand signs or wear certain symbols. People who believe in these theories think those symbols are signs of demonic worship. For example, the all-seeing eye or the triangle symbol is often linked to secret groups. You know, the one that you see in the pyramids, that bugger there, that gets a lot of attention. People might say things like the sign of the hidden group that worships demons, even if it's just a fashion choice. People who believe in these theories see it as a kind of clue into the mysterious world of the unseen. Also, some folk point to the way the world feels more dark or broken. They say things like, everything is getting worse because demons are the change and they're changing human nature. In other words, the spirit is entering into the soul. Another big part of this belief is trust, or the lack of it. A lot of people feel like they can't trust the news, the government, or big corporations. They feel like they're being lied to. And when people feel that they're being lied to for a very long time, which most of us actually do believe that, come on, let's get it right, they start to search for deeper answers because we want to know. We want to know what's bloody going on. If the truth feels hidden, some people start to believe that something really big is being kept from them. And that is where the alien and demon ideas often come in. It becomes a way to explain why the world feels so off, why the world feels so discombobulated, why the world feels so bloody out of touch, out of sync. It feels wrong. Now, there are facts that prove these ideas. Well, not really. There's no solid proof that aliens or demons are running the world. But that doesn't stop people from believing. Because for them, it's not just about proof, it's about how they actually feel. Some feel like they've seen things with their own eyes. Others feel like these beliefs give them a way to make sense of chaos. It helps them feel like they understand what's going on, even if the truth is, in fact, very scary and unknown. Also, the internet plays a big role, which we all know. Today, people can find videos, blogs, and forums that talk about these theories literally 24/7. Once someone starts reading or watching this stuff, they might go deeper and deeper into it. And before long, they feel sure it's real because they've seen so much of it. Again, if you look at something often enough, and the more and more you hear it, eventually start to believe it. It's like that famous saying, if you tell yourself a lie often enough, eventually you'll start to believe it. It's a true story. Because your mind can be conditioned, you can be programmed. Are you not aware of that yet? Well, don't worry, if you're not, you bloody will be. And when a lot of people share the same belief, it starts to feel more true, even though it's not. That's just how the human mind works. We feel and we think in patterns. We like to feel like we're figuring things out. So if something feels off, we won't look for reasons that don't make sense to us. What we'll do, we'll find answers that do make sense of us because we want to make sense of the world around us. So to be clear, it's not wrong to ask questions or to think deeply about the world. It's good to be curious, but it's also important to look at the facts and not just believe everything we see online. It's like we all know Harry Potter's not real, don't we? We know it's a story. But then imagine we didn't see that film Harry Potter and someone said, did you know there's a load of wizards in a school? That creates these things called Chinese whispers. You make your own bloody story up after a while. That's how it works. But in the end, people still believe in aliens or demons are running the world for many reasons. Some feel scared, some feel powerless, some just want the answers. And even though these beliefs might sound wild, they're still often coming up from place to place, which is triggering a real emotion. It's exciting in a kind of weird way, isn't it? It's a place of wanting to understand and why the world is the way it is. So if a friend ever says, I think aliens are real, and I think aliens are in charge of this world, or I think demons run the show, then maybe instead of laughing at them, we can ask them, why do you feel that way? Because behind the wild theory, there's probably a deeper feeling that they're trying to explore and trying to explain within themselves. So do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in demons? Do you believe that there's a different realm around us that we can't see, touch, hear, smell? We're not tuned into it, but it's there. Let me know in the comments, because you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to believe that there's aliens. Because the reality is, if there isn't, then we're the only living creatures on the whole entire universe. The chances of that are very unlikely.